Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. We This is the first online connection that we do on YouTube. So I hope it goes well, and we have no experience yet. So please let me know if the audio is okay, or let me know if something is wrong, or you need to tell me anything. Feel free to do so. I will try to read the comments. And we just gonna start. Not sure the camera will hide some text. Probably it will, but I will check. And if it's the case, I will probably just have the slides. So thank you for coming again. My name is David. I'm here in Spain now, in La Mancha, near Madrid, and I'm flying to Ireland shortly. I live in Dublin normally, but I am natural from here. So I came to visit the family and so on. So, okay, let's just go into here to the first presentation. Sorry, first slide. First of all, I have to say Happy New Year and happy anniversary of Bitcoin, blockchain technologies, which was basically part of the Bitcoin technologies. And here we can see obviously it's a coin, but it's nothing to do with the real thing. But it's, I found this image, and I thought it was a good idea to add it here. So it's celebrating the Genesis block. Like today, it was 10 years ago when the Genesis block was created by Satoshi Nakamoto, whoever this person is, or this group of people is. And well, you can see now that there are so many coins, like thousands of coins, that they just copy paste the code, modify a few things, few rules on the consensus algos, and then they release new coin and so on. But it's not the case. We talk about Bitcoin, and this is the agenda for today. So the agenda, first of all, I want to talk about proof of keys because it's something that is happening today. And well, let me see. Proof of keys will be something that we are going to talk about. Okay, just roughly. And but this today, and it's about keeping your own coins yourself. Okay, and avoid some things that can happen. And if everybody has the keys on a third party, which means they can probably say that they have your own money, but they don't, and they can use your money as they please. Bear market as well. We'll talk about a little bit about bear market and market manipulation, the past, the present, and the future of Bitcoin. Obviously, I have to clarify that obviously it's my view, and you don't necessarily have to agree with. And I don't know everything, and that means that there are some things that can affect my predictions or my point of view that by not knowing just blind on that area. And obviously I'm not a professional, I'm just somebody who are very interested on this topic, and that's all. So do your own diligence. I'm not professional, it's my opinion, and so on, typical stuff. Also, we talk about the price predictions. We'll see some graphs, we'll see some predictions from other people, and some information about food for thought, so things that they consider for the future, for having your own opinion as well. And at the end, there will be questions and answers. Nevertheless, please make sure. I mean, you can anytime jump and just send me a comment, and maybe or a question, or whatever, or you want to clarify something, or you want to give me information right, and you see something wrong, please do. And at the end, we talk about some upcoming events for Dublin Crypto Talks. So proof of keys. You can see, you go to this website here. Sorry. this website here, and there will be information about this. So basically, they want to have this annual celebration of proof of keys, which means pretty much that it's a way to force exchanges to have your coins. Think about uh, like banks do nowadays. They can claim that they have your money, but obviously they don't. They just transact with your money. They use your money to give it to somebody else, get some interest over that, and so on. So it is considered that many exchanges are doing this as well, and they don't have enough quantity of coins to give to everyone if they claim them, and because usually nobody will, not always will happen the thing that everybody just wants to get their coins or withdraw the coins at the same time. They play with that, and because of that, they can have better, more profit, better. But at the it was to increase a lot in adoption, mass adoption. But it was just no. Okay, it looks like something was wrong. Probably you can hear me. So okay, so I'm gonna continue and hopefully you can now hear me properly. So let's go and talk about bear market. My theory about market manipulation, or some theory, weird theory for me, makes sense, but for other people maybe not. So here's the market cap comparing January to December. You can see that the huge difference here in the market cap. It was 820 billions of US dollars compared to 127 instead of 820. So it's a lot. It's a big difference, really big difference. So we're both at the peak. I don't know. Some of them are already sold. Some others are just desperate. And the important thing really is to know that until you don't sell, you don't lose the money. But and also very important thing to say as well is, yeah, always I say this to people: don't spend whatever you are not willing to lose completely. This is something that is so new market that it can disappear over time, overnight, and no many. I mean, it's not going to make a big deal. So it's very very new. Very powerful people can do harm to the system, can just be bad. Anyway, BTC dominance is 51%, nearly 52%. So basically, BTC will be Bitcoin, in case you don't know. And Bitcoin dominance is basically more than 50% of the cryptocurrency market. So it's the strongest, the oldest, the best in store of value at least. So in the bear market, it's been tough, obviously, and many people involved is already gone. And trading at big heights has gone fast, and people have like a kind of fearful and toxic in them. Some people, many people has abandoned the boat, and you can see that in the attendance of meetup groups, Telegram channels, YouTubers, not publishing their videos anymore, or changing even the topic and talking about something else, you know. But it's important to keep the main fundamentals in mind. So it's not all about the price, and the price actually is not really important. It's tough for some people to hear that, but it's the reality. We are trying to change somewhat the world. The economy is very important. and if we change the system and people can be economically independent in terms of no matter where you are, the government will not dictate what your future will be in terms of economical future, in terms of saving or things like that. And I will explain this later on, but I think that is the important point. Also, some countries really need cryptocurrency or any other system that is not the government system, economical government system, which is chaotic or just is not working at all. Okay. Okay, so we were talking about that. Many people has abandoned the boat and it is part of the fundamentals. And well, at this point, many people has asked themselves what to do, whether to hold, whether to sell, whether the price is gonna go up again, or it's gonna just go to zero and lose all the money and so on. And some people, unfortunately, use more money they were willing to lose, and now they are into trouble and they are having problems. So obviously, it drains the liquidity. These periods, and well, if we talk about small cap coins, other than Bitcoin, it's even worse because it reaches the point where you sell, you try to sell, you have enough coins, you change the market, so basically you reduce the price and you will never be able to get your money back or get the money that you expect to get by the daily price when you want to sell. With Bitcoin, unless you have a lot, this is not happening, and there's liquidity in this market despite of the price. You know, but the good thing about this is also that you clean a little bit the cryptocurrency market. You don't get shit coins going around pumping and dumping. Or you do, but kind of they don't. People don't create coins just for that, or less people do because they don't know for sure if this is gonna happen. They're gonna be able to pump them and then sell them and things like that. So it's more difficult because there is no liquidity. So the only best projects will succeed, and it's not even something that for sure you are certain that it's going to happen. ICOs are no longer popular, and some good projects will at the same time suffer and probably won't survive, and that will happen as well, and it's unfortunate. And well, it can do much more harm. You can see also that there is less interest in cryptocurrency as a thing or Bitcoin, and you can hear more about blockchain, or just a decentralized layer. So it's kind of especially companies that are investing in blockchain, they don't invest in cryptocurrency, or blockchain is the same, let's say. Now, here's a view of the world economy. This is in 2017. You can see that you pay attention. It's almost 33% divided by Asia, America, and Europe. Fortunately, Africa doesn't count in this as an economy, as a world economy, and this is important because this market is 24 hours, so it's not like any other market where there's a period of hours and then people cannot go back home and then the following day they continue. No, here it's 24 hours, and when you go to sleep, things can happen, good or bad things. I remember last year, no, actually last year, we're talking about 2017, the Asia market was kind of pumping, or they were kind of buying or increasing prices almost every day. and that's why it was a big part of the the bull run. And this is a theory about manipulating markets, and this is very simplified. And you can see here that just an example. Obviously, don't look at the numbers because it's just a little way to it's a way to explain. See that in January 2018, when the price was more or less 20,000 Bitcoin, each Bitcoin 20,000 US dollars. See that one person with a lot of money, obviously, they buy Bitcoins and they want to buy 100,000, but that is a lot. It's very expensive, and it's a lot of Bitcoin. So it's worth to try something, to try to drop the price. Let's see. Say that they buy 10% of what they want to buy, 10,000, and then they dump them. Obviously, you need to find the moment, the right time, when there is no volume, when there's no demand of Bitcoin at that time enough, like kind of the right moment. Okay, let's say, and then you sell them. Now I'm talking about, obviously I didn't mention this, but when you buy this amount of coins, usually you buy over the counter. That would be like when it's not public, it's not shown on an exchange. So you go to coinmarketcap.com, you don't see that transaction, you don't see these modifying prices. The idea behind this is that whoever wants to sell and buy using that system don't want to affect the price. They want to keep the current price. For example, who wants to sell? Miners. A miner needs to pay for the bills, they need to pay for electricity, they spend a lot of money on electricity, and they don't like the idea to get a lower price because they sell at that moment, and they will affect the market in the way that the Bitcoin can go down in price. Okay. At the same time, the buyers will also be benefit because they can buy without affecting price in terms of going up. So it's kind of a win-win situation, okay, initially at least. Cheers. So they buy over the counter, but this person wants to sell publicly. They want to sell it in an exchange where people can see that person selling 10,000 Bitcoins, for example. It can be 200,000, and it's just an example, okay? And because of that, price will drop. And you say, okay, this person is losing money. Yes, temporarily. Say this is repeated over time, several times during the year, and it reaches the current price. Well, let's say it reaches 3,000 US dollars a Bitcoin. Now this person can say, okay, now it's time to buy my 100,000 Bitcoins as a reduced price, and then they can buy over the counter as well again. So you can see this rough calculation. They will kind of save a lot of money here. See? Oh, actually, you cannot fully see it because it's my picture. But it says basically that the Bitcoin buy OTC is 100,000 Bitcoins at a total price of 300,000 instead of 2 million US dollars. Okay, so it's a big difference. So tell me if this is not interesting for somebody who wants to buy big quantities. And we heard that the institutions are trying to enter this market. They don't want to buy at the highest price. They want to buy cheap. Think about it. Anyway, the past of Bitcoin. Let's see the most important points. And we are celebrating 10 years, so it's worth to go and see what happened in the past, and no, probably not everybody knows everything, so it's good to just review a little bit. So the 18th of August 2008, the domain Bitcoin.org was registered, so somebody bought the domain. And 30th of October 2008 as well, the white paper was published. So it was on a board, BTC board, and the name was Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. And the 3rd of January, the Bitcoin network came into existence. So this is when the Genesis block was mined by Satoshi Nakamoto. The 9th of January, the first open source Bitcoin client was released. Okay, so basically only Satoshi Nakamoto was able to mine and to use it, and it was already public and it was already working. So it was kind of testing. And also, this Satoshi Nakamoto was supposed to mine around 1 million Bitcoins. Okay, and those are not being transferred. And so basically, out of this 21 total supply, 21 million total supply, you can say that 1 million is lost, unless somebody has the keys and don't want to spend. Okay, many people think that they will never do, because it will also the price will drop a lot, and just by sending this 1 million bitcoins from a wallet to another one, it will create big problem for the network in terms of people talking about this and price dropping, because it may be expected that it's going to be sold, and 1 million bitcoins will definitely make a big difference. And also Satoshi Nakamoto also handed over to Gavin Anderson that afterwards will create this Bitcoin Foundation. So basically step out, and never came back. The first transaction where the Bitcoin was valued was 2 pizzas, and they were delivered by Papa John's, and it was 10,000 Bitcoins. It's a lot of money nowadays, but before that nobody knew the value really in the real world. So this is the first time that this was negotiated in a forum, in a Bitcoin forum, and somebody was willing to pay 10,000 bitcoins for 2 pizzas. Now the 6th of August, not many people know this, but the 6th of August 2010, they found a major vulnerability in the Bitcoin protocol, and somebody was, I think they did mine 2 billion bitcoins or something like that, and it was sent to 2 different wallets, and that was a spot. And a few days after, like the 15th of the very same August, the network was reversed. They went back to basically they kind of removed those transactions, and it's the first and last big vulnerability that was exploited. So it's the first one and the last one, hopefully. So in 10 years, and that's why people say it's very robust. Many hackers have tried to hack it, and the network itself never been kind of spotted. 1 second, I have comments here. Okay, I have a question here. Hello everyone. Yeah, I will keep this question for later if you don't mind. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Well, so this is the major thing. So there are more things obviously, but this is the most important thing I think. Now, okay, the Bitcoin Genesis block, and this is a way, when this to prove that this is not created previously and it was created by the same day, Satoshi Nakamoto decided to add information about the daily newspaper. In this case, it was the Times. And so in the 3rd of January 2009, Satoshi Nakamoto added this information, this triangular blink of second bailout for banks. And you can see here as well. So Times, 3rd of January 2009, Chancellor of brink of second bailout, blah, blah, blah. So you can see this is a proof to say, okay, I have done it today, okay? And in fact, for some people, depending on the part of the world that you were, it's not actually the 3rd of January, it's the 4th of January, but this basically doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter anyway, sorry. You can see that, okay? So in the Bitcoin Genesis blog, this information was added to prove that it was created the very same day. You can see here the headlines of the Times where they start the news. Okay, it's also kind of a political, it's showing a political view as well about, okay, we are creating a way to kind of coin or currency that will not have to bail out any bank or anything because you are your own bank. So it's kind of a political, showing a political view of this person or this group of people. Okay. Now today in the Times you can see also that they kind of look down here by BitMEX. Thanks Satoshi, we own you one. Happy 10th birthday, Bitcoin. Okay, so it's kind of nice. And also, you can see as well that they talk about the similar things, universities face great crunch as debt spirals. So it's also criticizing somewhat the economy that nowadays we have, okay? And let's talk about, this forking Bitcoin, and we know that we know that there were several forks. Here, they are not all of them, obviously, but the most important ones and the first ones as well. And you can see that in 2017, there was the first fork created, and it was Bitcoin Cash when it became like Bitcoin Cash. And we also have seen a few months ago that Bitcoin Cash also split in two parts, which is Satoshi Vision and the other one is ABC. Those are, on my view, it's just it's not really, they're not going to succeed, in my opinion. Okay, and you can see also Bitcoin Gold, and this is a hard fork in theory because they wanted to give back to GPU miners the possibility of mining Bitcoin. And that was, in my opinion, an excuse. They pre-mined some money as well, and they didn't publish the code, at least not at the beginning. And you can see here the SegWit 2x hard fork, and that never happened. It was cancelled. Okay, and that was discovered later on that the code was wrong, and they were going to have a big problem because they put the wrong block number when this was going to happen. Anyways, this never happened, so it's good. The question of Bitcoin, that was this morning, but I know Bitcoin now is red. Doesn't matter anyway. You can see that it's more or less very stable lately. It goes up and down, but it's around 3,800, 3,900. It's kind of in that area, and you can see also it's the biggest coin among all of them. And here you can see a few facts. The transaction historical chart, you can see that it's gone up mostly all the time until January 2018, more or less. Then it went down, and now it's kind of recovering. It's been more and more transactions again. So, which is nice. It's good to see. The current supply is 17 million, a little bit more than this, and the BTC lost is depending where you look at, but out of the 17 million, 4 millions are lost for many reasons. People may have lost the key, they may have, mostly that. They have lost the key, they have lost the computer, hard drive fails, somebody stole, and then, I don't know, they sent to the wrong address, things like that, okay? Another fact is that Coinbase has 25 million users. So think about this. Even half of them want to have one Bitcoin each. It's gonna be almost all of them. And we're talking about one company, one of the biggest companies, but one company only that has double the users than the supply of Bitcoin. So, and this is a fact. Okay. Okay. We can see also there's a website following how many times Bitcoin has died according to the media, and you can see here 347 was the other day. Maybe now it's more. And in 2018, Bitcoin has, one of the things that they were kind of launched is the Lightning Network. Lightning Network is a second layer where you don't add information all the time to the blockchain, but what you do is you can have a channel created between you and somebody else, and that channel is you can top up money on it and Bitcoin, and then you can transact as long as you don't buy more than your amount of money, and vice versa. So you can be transacting in one way and another, and until you don't close the channel, you don't really add the information back to the blockchain. So it's kind of a smart contract with a top up between the two channels. You can see, actually, we'll talk about this actually. This is one slide about this. Segwit went up to 45% of the traffic, which is also very good in the network because it's kind of, you can have more transactions per second. So the generic speed for Bitcoin is 4 transactions per second. With this, it goes up to 7, 8. And you can see also satellite worldwide coverage, and this is because Asia was discovered now. That was missed at the beginning, before that, and this is for offline transactions or for offline blockchain. Then download. This is, you can download the blockchain. You can have an offline copy of it, which so you can see the latest transactions if you want to check if something you have received money or something like that. This is useful for countries where the internet connection is not very good, and they can even transact using SMS or other systems. You can see also, well, we saw this, but forks and ICOs are declining, which is also a good thing. And companies in crypto are improving their onboarding system, the infrastructure, the way to add more clients, so more money can get in quick. So that was a problem last year, at the beginning of last year, or even December 2017, because Coinbase and other companies were not able to add more customers. So I know people who tried to buy Bitcoin at the peak and they couldn't because they couldn't create an account in time. Maybe that was good for them. So you see this lighting, and this here you can see in the last month it went up. The number of nodes for Lightning Network they went up 14.32%. And the number of channels as well, they increased in 28%, and the network capacity is now 512 bitcoins. Not so much, but most people create small channels with little money, and because it's kind of testing the network, it's very early stages, but it's proven that it's working. And I have this graphic here, so you can see how more it works. It works similar to internet. So A, in this case, maybe wants to send money to Q, and the money will go through the faster plus the cheaper, mostly the cheaper channel. So if you because every single node can set up the price for transaction, the fees that they want to charge. So if you want to charge a lot, probably your node will never be will never be used. So uh, that's why the channels are hopping channels from here. In this case, A to C, and then C to F, F to K, and A to L, and then Q. So reaches the destination. It could use any other way if that's cheaper. Now, let's talk about also where being adopted cryptocurrency when it's really needed nowadays. You can see here, this is about Venezuela. So you can see $1 equals to this amount of notes. So people in Venezuela uses those just to burn things. Kids don't want them because they cannot even buy sweet, So it's really, really, it's not very useful in Venezuela. The Venezuelan Bolivar. So people are trying to use, or there's in black market, they are use dollars obviously, but also they're using a lot of cryptocurrency, mostly Bitcoin and Dash. You can see here in the other image where this part of the news that the Dash adoption in Venezuela grows with addition of large department store chain. So this Traki is kind of the Walmart of Venezuela, and they are adopting Dash. So they are using that Dash, which is amazing because for me it looks like as far as I know, the Venezuelan government don't like this. So the fact that, and then somewhat illegal in some cases, as far as I know, mining is illegal, and even if it's not, this corruption, and they can take your mining devices, the local police, and then you can do very little. So that's good to see. Okay, and you can see how also here that's Zimbabwe, and look at this, $100 trillion. So it's incredible, $1 trillion. So one note will be a trillion. $100 trillion. That is inflation at the finest. So Venezuela is having this problem as well. It was also Zimbabwe. Other countries are not so bad, but they are having problems as well. And probably at one point Europe or US may have this problem as well because they are printing a lot of money. And so that's something to worry about. You can see also BTC is legally accepted in China. There being like information about the Chinese civil court rules Bitcoin as legal protected property, and this is because somebody gave Bitcoins to somebody else to keep them for a while, and then when it was asked to return the money, they say that no, I want to keep it. So he went to court, and they got this. So this is good. So it's now legally protected as a property. Also, China merchants are legally allowed to accept Bitcoins and crypto. So this is also legal. Legally, that's showing that it's legal. As a merchant, you can accept Bitcoins as a method of payment, which is also great. Another thing about this Bank of England, they had this fall a few days ago. I don't remember, before Christmas, basically. And they asked for if you wanted to get some gift in Christmas, what type of money you would prefer. And amazingly, 75% said digital currency. Now, people link digital currency with Bitcoin and so on, but to be honest, digital currency is just the regular money. So there are many people I know, and probably you, they don't use cash, or they barely use cash at all. They use credit card, and actually this is digital currency. but I believe that when people is being asked, they are meaning cryptocurrency. I don't know. Probably that's I think that's what I think. So 75% say digital currency. That's great. Okay, and young people, young generations are really uh, more prone to use this type of currency. Another news about this: Visa CEO crypto is not a big threat, but is but if it's needed, we will support it. Well, that's publicly at least saying that it's no bullshit, it's no Ponzi scheme. It's saying that well, it's not a threat for me, but in case in the future we need to do something about that and so on, if we have to support it, we will. I'm not so sure they're gonna do it, but at least show publicly that they are open to do that. You can see also on Wall Street OTC. This is over the counter. Mentioned before, OTC Bitcoin trading desks see record volumes as price hits, well, whatever. But record volume, so this is moving a lot of Bitcoins lately. Okay, so institutional money prices will indirectly or directly drive the price. Okay, and next year, for some people believe that they will rise the price because of that. You can see despite the crypto winter, trading infrastructure is being improved drastically. Okay, sorry. Thank you for your comment. We'll talk about this later. Thanks. So you can see, well, it's a lot of text here, but you see that there are Citibank, IC, on their current intercontinental exchange, Fidelity. They're big companies very interested in cryptocurrency. Okay, so for example, BAC is it was created by IC for this ICE, the last one here. Oh, once I mean they want to create this. They are they have invested on this and they're working on it, waiting for being approved. But they are willing to do that, and they are huge. Okay, and the name BAC comes from kind of a play of asset-backed securities. Okay, BAC, and they say that BAC is building an open, seamless global network to enable you to buy, sell, store, and spend digital assets simply, safely, and efficiently. Basically, they're going to use an app on the phone, and everybody can be able to pay for whatever with this system. Okay, and they have partnership with the Starbucks, with Microsoft, and so I mean they're huge. Starbucks in US, in every single corner there's one. So in every street you can find a Starbucks. Also in Dublin lately. And this is about physically delivered Bitcoin. So it's important as well because they are actually buying Bitcoin and storing Bitcoin. So it's not like playing with the price only. They are physically buying it, okay, and deliver to whatever contract. And the last is think about a trust name custodian is what allows institutional investors to feel comfortable. So say an institution is about it's like your pension plan, and they only can invest in cryptocurrency if they are certain that there is an insurance, there is a big company behind that, there is no one to just close the doors tomorrow, because this can be an investment for a few years, and they cannot risk, these kind of things. I mean, price can be volatile, can change, but the important thing is they need to kind of be sure that they're not going to be a scam in terms of when they receive, they want to get the money or whatever, they don't have it. It's gone or whatever. So they need very big companies behind this. Okay, and this is happening now. So the future of Bitcoin, but one of the things to be think about is in May, like 25th of May, more or less, in 2020, there will be a halving. There will happen a halving as well. It's in the block number 840,000. Okay, so it's here. There's this one here. Okay, so starting in 2020, which is in May, sorry, in 2020, in May, the reward for the miners will be divided by two. It will be half. Okay, so that means that if you are mining bitcoins and you now every time you find a block, you get this. Then you get 12.5 bitcoins. Okay. Then from that moment on, it will be half of it. It will be 6.25. Um, and not necessarily that means that the price is going to go up, but it always happened before that it goes up. Not immediately, but it happens. And the reason is partially or indirectly, the miners need to have enough profit to keep going. Otherwise, they will not. Sorry, it's just. Can you tell me if you can see the image? I just have it black. I'm just gonna. Sorry. It's black. Hmm. I'm gonna just stop and continue 1 second. No, that is weird. Hmm.